The Unlucky Big Gray Wolf. In a lush green forest, there lived a big gray wolf named Big Gray. Although his name sounded a bit scary, he actually wasn't a bad wolf. Big Gray lived in a corner of the forest, but nothing ever seemed to go his way. No matter what he did, things always turned out unlucky. One sunny day, as the birds sang on the branches and the forest animals busied themselves with their own tasks, Big Gray decided to go out and look for some food. Running along, he thought to himself, "Today I must catch a big rabbit so I can have a good meal." When he reached the place where rabbits often appeared, he suddenly spotted one, Little White. Little White seemed unaware of him. Big Gray crept closer step by step. Just as he was about to pounce, his foot slipped. He tumbled into a big pit, and his tail got stuck under a tree root so he couldn't move. Hearing the noise, Little White turned around and couldn't help laughing. "The big gray wolf is really unlucky." Big Gray blushed. After struggling for a long while, he finally managed to climb out of the pit. Gritting his teeth, he muttered to himself, "I will succeed. This time I won't be unlucky." So he kept walking forward. Suddenly, a little squirrel appeared in front of him. Big Gray thought, "Today I must catch him." Big Gray circled behind the squirrel, but just as he was about to pounce, the squirrel leapt onto a tree and disappeared from his sight. Big Gray grew frustrated. "Why am I always so unlucky?" As he lowered his head in disappointment, the forest animals noticed his unhappiness and gathered around. Little Fox Xiaofu walked up to him and gently said, "Big Gray, why do you always think of yourself as unlucky?" Big Gray sighed, feeling downhearted. "No matter what I do, I always fail. I can never catch any prey. Nothing ever goes smoothly for me." Hearing this, Xiaofu laughed softly. Being unlucky doesn't last forever. The key is whether you can learn something from each failure. Look, today you didn't catch the rabbit or the squirrel, but you met me, didn't you? If you can find opportunities in every bit of bad luck, maybe you won't feel so unlucky after all. Big Gray thought for a while. What Xiaofu said was true. In the past, he had always focused only on his failures, but he ignored what he could learn from them. So he decided to change his perspective on everything. In the days that followed, Big Gray became less impatient. Each time he failed, he would calmly reflect on what he could learn. Sometimes he would quietly observe other animals in the forest and learn from their clever ways. By watching the cleverness and skills of others, Big Gray didn't immediately catch more prey, but he learned how to be patient and how to improve his own abilities. Gradually, the other animals began to notice Big Gray's change. The little rabbits were no longer afraid of him, and the squirrels no longer ran away. Big Gray became wiser and started living in harmony with the other animals, becoming a good friend in the forest. One day, Big Gray finally caught a rabbit, but instead of feeling the old excitement, he decided to let it go. He understood now that success wasn't everything. Sometimes letting go and showing kindness could bring true happiness. From then on, Big Gray was no longer the unlucky wolf. He had learned how to stand up after failure and how to share happiness with others. He realized that being unlucky wasn't a lifelong fate so long as you have enough wisdom and courage. Every setback will pass, and what awaits you is a brighter, more beautiful future.